welcome to the Vallin. I'm Night Vallin, your host, and today we're playing Purrfect Date. This is like mine and Keeroo's first annual holiday game swap. So I got her Okami HD to record and play, and she got me Purrfect Date. I swear, if I didn't know better, I would have thought she hated me. And I'm joined today with all the burbs who are now vacating. Bye, Keetles. They're going to the big carpet of doom rolled up in the corner there. It's the bird haven. They love it over there. Alright, well, enough about birds and a Remy. Let's get going on this weirdness. Alright, new game. Move my coffee cup. So we gotta pick our avatar. Let's see here. Yay! He looks Maui, man. Alright, let's see. Night, Vallin. Okay, capitalize the V. Oh well. And I can't. We'll just be night. It'll night and day, man. A meow. And you know, I would have Rose with this, but she's kind of enjoying her nap on the couch. This game supports an autosave feature. Please don't turn off your save. Okay, I'm an angel. It's a cute loading screen. So apparently this is a dating sim involving cats. I'm not sure let me start that over. I'm not sure how long we've been sailing, but it feels like forever. I'm not feeling too well now, so it's a huge relief to hear the deck lad shout. Island approach! Make yourself ready! I'm finally here. When I applied last month, it was just another broke student living off baked beans, and didn't really think I had a chance of being accepted to be part of the prestigious Cat Island research team. Yet here it is, the little black dot in the distance growing bigger by the second is the infamous Cat Island. It's infamous? That doesn't sound good. The place will be where I call home for the next few months. My heart momentarily skips a beat. What if there's been a mistake? What if they accepted someone else's application and accidentally sent the offer to me? I rummage about in my bag until I find the papers. Dear Knights, we're pleased to be able to offer you the position of Research Assistant to Professor Purrfect at our research facility on Cat Island. The position will be for an initial period of 8 weeks. Your contract will be sent separately. We look forward to working with you. Yours sincerely, Professor Purrfect, PhD, BSc, HON, SDPG. Because all of the letters. No mistake. That's my name. Right there at the top left-hand corner, Knight, and there's his name at the bottom. The genius behind this whole operation. Professor Popper, science genius and my new boss. I look up from my papers to see dry land rapidly approaching before us. It seems to be surrounded by a huge barrier of impenetrable black rocks. As we get closer, we're not slowing down. I begin to worry that we're going to crash into them. Then, at the very last moment, we take a sharp turn to the left, and suddenly we're sailing smoothly toward a jetty through an opening in the rocks. I blow out the breath that I've been holding and break into a smile. Nicely done, Skipper. The ferryman comes out from behind the steering wheel, ignoring my attempts at camaraderie, and shouts rather brusquely, "Take all your belongings. We won't be back for days, so don't leave nothing you'll need." Thank you. I smile weakly at the ferryman and his son and pick up my bags, ready to disembark. We glide seamlessly up to the wooden jetty, and the son leaps ashore to tie us off. He's greeted by a bulky man in a uniform, who I take to be the security officer of some kind. Joe? Sir, caught you a mouse? And then he laughs loudly as though he said the funniest thing he'd ever heard. It's very disconcerting. Security guard remains surly and turns his attention to me. Let's be having you then. He holds out his large hand, which I assume is an offer to help me off the boat. But as I reach out to take it, he snatches it away, throwing me off balance so that I almost fall over the side. What a great start. ID card. Oh, I see. Of course. Reach into my back pocket and hand over my laminated, yeah, it's lamented too, laminated card I was given on the mainland. Wow. Date issued 111. Okay. Meow. You'd think they would have changed the date considering this game came out in December of 2017. Barely looks at it before striding off, grunting over his shoulder. This way. I follow him down a dirt track path and get my first proper view of the island. It's beautiful, lush and green. I'm already under its spell. After no more than a couple of minutes trekking, we're in base camp, which consists of an assortment of tents and huts. Among them are two more solid-looking structures, one larger and one smaller. I presume these are the labs. The whole camp is moderate, but functional. It reminds me of an army outpost. I'm struck by the lack of people. In fact, there is no one around apart from the older woman sitting outside peeling a pile of potatoes. I smile and give her a little nod, but she just stares back at me. Miss Marigold, I presume. I try not to get paranoid. Too late. Here. Stops at the largest of the tents, indicating that I should go inside. I feel rude just walking in, so I make my presence known first. Ahem. Hello? A firm but friendly voice calls out. Come! I walk in, and there he is, hunched over some documents. The great Professor Popper. Sir, it's an honor to meet you. Yes, yes, you must be Knight. Come on in, my dear. Glad to have you on board. Good journey. Well, long. Yes, indeed. We're rather tucked away here. Let me offer you some refreshment. Water? Coffee? Something stronger, perhaps? Whiskey? Let me see here. I'm fine, thank you. Just some water if you have some. It would be rude to let you drink whiskey on your own. I'd love a cup of tea. Okay, didn't offer tea, but we're gonna go with it. I love a cup of tea, because I actually prefer coffee. If the pot's on. Oh, I can tell you're new. The tea here tastes like cat piddle. Cat piddle. You really don't want to drink it. He pours me a cup of coffee from his canteen instead. It's a good thing I like coffee. It will take you a while to find your way around and discover how it all works. So, for today, I thought I would just get you kitted out. It's so hard to say, kitted out. I don't know why that's kitted. Okay, it's easier. It's harder in my head. And his alarm clock looks like it has little arms. And maybe introduce you to some of the locals. The cats, that is. I believe you already met most of the human locals. Oh, I've only met the ferryman and the security guard who brought me here. Yes, that's about it. And the lady outside? Ah, Mrs. Marigold. Her and her husband are the caretakers. Wonderful couple, the Marigolds. You'll meet them before too long. We're a tidy little family here. Knight, and I'm sure you'll fit in nicely. Thank you, sir. I hope so. Okay, so, first things first. This is your basic kit. He begins going through a pile of things on his desk, explaining each of them in turn. This is your backpack, so you can put everything in it, because I have to explain what a backpack is. We will be going on plenty of field trips, so it'll be very useful, and I'm surprised you didn't bring your own. As will your own water bottle, some disinfectant, hand spray, and these are heavy-duty reinforced gloves which are essential when tagging cats out in the wild. Don't want any scratches from felines we don't know now, do we? Do we want scratches from felines we do know? I suppose not. I shove each item into my new backpack as he gives them to me. Likewise, these goggles are to be brought along on all field trips. This lot here, he indicates a small pile of what looks like laundry, is basic uniform, lab coats, masks, stethoscope, etc. Portable first aid kit, camping knife with all tool attachments, Swiss Army knife. Finally, and without doubt, most importantly, this. He holds up something that looks a lot like a mobile phone, except it clearly isn't one. It doesn't really look like much of a mobile phone. It looks more like a 90s game gimmick thing. This is your catalog. Catalog? Yes, the name comes from its earliest version. It was initially designed to record and store data on the cats, scan them, and log their details. But as you can see, we've come a long way since then. Now you can use it to communicate with the rest of our team. I've added everyone's contact details for you. Listen to music, take photos. There's even a pen that comes with it to insert microchips into the back of the cat's necks so that we can keep track of them. Tagging, yay! It's a very valuable piece of equipment, Knight, and I need you to protect it, above all else. Do you understand? So why can't we use our phone with a cool app? He's looking at me directly in the eye, clearly expects a response. Yes, sir, of course I'll look after it. Good. You'll get to know all the functions as you go along, but for now I suggest we take a stroll out and see if we can't find a few friends to introduce you to, so that you can try it out. He hands me the gadget. I feel a bit nervous taking charge of it, but also really keen to have a go. I love how there's like a stats, and I wonder what the stats are. I'm curious, I want to know what the stats are. Hold that thought. So romance, research, and recon with rest. Okay. We head down to the beach. The professor explains things as we go. The mixture of terrain on Cat Island is quite unique, even in such a relatively small area. You'll find forests, mountains, jungles, beaches, woodland, all of these different geological and ecological zones in one place. It really is most remarkable. It certainly is. Even the lack of wildlife is in itself quite remarkable. No wildlife? So there's nothing but cats? What do you mean, Professor? Well, put simply, there's a type of force field that surrounds the island, disallowing anything to enter. You mean literally anything? Absolutely. No birds, fish, or creatures of any kind can penetrate it. That leaves a big gaping question. What do the cats eat? Forgive my lack of intelligence on the subject, but, we're here. The professor lets out a disconcerting laugh. Ah, I see what you mean. Well, there is, of course, one small break in the invisible wall, and that is where we built the jetty. But let's not get too bogged down in all this right now. What you do need to know is that, basically, the island is shaped like a peanut. Picks up a nearby stick and draws a simple map in the sand. This is our end of the island. It is very well known to us. We've been researching here for many years. The other end is not so familiar to say to us. Bleh. I can't speak. I can't read. Oh my god. We haven't encountered difficulties that have hindered our progress in the region. Oh god. Glitch in the Matrix. What type of difficulties, Professor? Well, we're not as sure as we'd like to be, but I can tell you is that the environment has an adverse effect upon humans, inducing nausea at the very least. And at the very worst, fainting, migraines, possible... Professor, your voice makes my throat dry and all this reading. I need some coffee. Oh yeah, that's so good. Fainting, migraines, possible nerve damage. Gosh, that is serious. As I say, it's best to keep away. But let's not go into all that right now. My dear. What did he just call me my dear? Weird. Creepy. Bad touch. You've had a long day. For now, let's just say that we refer to the far end of the island as the danger zone, for good reason. I must ask you not to put yourself at risk by venturing beyond this mountain range here. He refers to the map once more, drawing a line just past the center and an X through the end section. There are wild, aggressive cats out there. I wouldn't want you getting too close to them. Unlike our lovely fellows closer to home. He's led me to a spot where a few cats are lounging about. What do you say we try out your catalog now, Night? He stoops down and picks up one of the animals, a disgruntled-looking cat, who is sleeping under the shade of a palm tree. A meow. The cat lets out a displeased mew, but doesn't struggle. It's a large body... Oh, yeah. It's large body, billowing with long orange fur. Just sort of hangs in the professor's arms in a lazy resignation. Would you like to have a go at scanning this delightful chap? I find an on switch. Power on. Somewhat timidly activate it. Blech. Oh god. The gadget immediately comes to artificial life, emitting a boop 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 sound with a red pulsating light. I select the app labeled CAT Scan, and it loads instantly. There's no delay on this thing. The professor holds the cat towards me with the arms outstretched. I'm sure he said the scanning chip is implanted into the back of the neck somewhere, but it's difficult to find this one's neck amidst the thick cloud of fur. I blow to make a parting and press the catalog to his skin. It's a bit like scanning groceries in the supermarket where I used to work. Cat groceries! That should do it! And he plops the marmalade Tom back into the shade. Sure enough, upon withdrawal, I find the cat has been successfully scanned. A mew. Floofy Butt! He's a boy cat, 10 years, 4 months. He's a red tabby, Persian. He's got red eyes, apparently. Amazing! Clever, isn't it? A large part of your job here will be to tag and scan the cats, such as Mr. Fluffybutt here. But it looks like you have no problems at all in that area. Excellent work, Knight. So, if we've already tagged the cats in the local area, I'm going to be tagging cats in the danger zone? And if we already have the information, I'm confused. Thank you, sir. I can't wait to get started. Well, why don't you get a bit more practice with the catalog and scan the rest of them while you're here? These 5 spend a lot of time together. They're like a little family, aren't you? Oh, yes you are. The professor seems genuine cat lover, like me. I think we're going to get on great. Okay, here goes. No help this time. The professor steps back. The first cat I approach is very friendly with beautiful calico markings on it. It comes towards me, already purring. A pair. A meow. Trixie. Trixie's a female. She's 3 years, 8 months old. And is a calico American short hair. With green eyeballs. Next is an elegant, sleek, hairless cat, sitting gracefully in the sun. She doesn't pay me much attention and allows me to scan her with minimal fuss. A meow. Snooty Booty. Clever name. Is female, 11 years, 1 month. She's a sphinx with blue eyes. Because I'm sure all this information will come in handy at some point in time. Sorry about that. The 4th cat I approach is a noisy one. Meow! Meow, 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 meow. And his name is McMurphy. McMurphy is male, 6 years, brown, crossbreed, and also has green eyes. And finally, the one I've deliberately put off until last. He's been sulking around the edges of the activity, eyeing me suspiciously, as though he could pounce at any moment. I laugh at myself, already projecting personalities onto these animals. Hiss! Kibbles is a male, 3 years, white British long hair with green eyeballs. All done. I hope you enjoyed meeting some of the locals. The professor lets out a little laugh. I have a feeling you'll get to know them quite well in time. It's probably enough for your first day, don't you think? It's quite a lot to take in. I'm suddenly exhausted and grateful to be heading back to camp. Blah blah. The saving and loading screens are kind of cute. quite late, but by the time I unpack and settle myself, but I want to write my journal. It's quite late by the time I have unpacked and settled myself, but I want to write my journal entry before I sleep. I'm surprised at how chilly it is. I have pulled my sleeping bag right up to my chin, but I still feel goose pimples bloom over my arms, shivering. I rub them to warm myself up. It makes me smile to think that this inherent reaction to the cold is what will be keeping my new feline friends warm tonight. Goose pimples? My eyelids close, thinking of cats, and the island, and the professor. The world around me drifts away as I float up into dream. Matrix? What's going on, man? I'm not sure how long I've been asleep, but I wake with a violent jolt that leaves me sitting bolt upright. It's too dark to see anything, but I hear a rustling, and then a strange electronic noise. One that, in my sleepy confusion, I can't place right away. Somebody's turning on the catalog! The catalog! Acting on instinct, I scramble to my feet and follow the noise out of the tent. I look around me and my floof flies off. I look around me and my fears are confirmed when I catch sight of a pulsing red light getting fainter in the direction of the forest. I snap into action, running as fast as I can, barefoot, dressed in my pajamas, running at full speed, forest, dark night. I must be crazy. That and my job's on the line if I lose that thing. The words of the Professor Popper are running in my ears. You need to protect it above all else. My legs are trembling beneath me. I stop, feeling my heartbeat heavy throughout my body. I wheeze in and out, my breath billowing in front of me in white puffs. I shouldn't feel like this. Why am I so dizzy? I try to get my bearings and realize I've blundered perilously close to the danger zone. I can just make out the shapes of some large animals in front of me before my eyes close and I drop to my knees. I open my eyes. The calico cat I scanned yesterday is sitting in front of me. She drops the catalog at my feet. I pass out. I wonder what's going on in the Matrix, man. Hello, can you hear me? I think this might actually be, since it's a new day, a good time to call this a break. I'll see you guys in the next episode. And let me know what you think of this game. Leave comments down below. Bye!